$72,446.19. That is how much one Bitcoin is worth today as Bitcoin finally breaks 70K and holds above it. The bull run has officially started, well, in accordance to breaking new all-time highs. Michael Saylor has spoken. Donald Trump has spoken. Is he a big crypto guy now? Also, Shiba Inu got listed on a very exclusive, prestigious list done by Forbes. For what? We'll talk about it. Also, we're talking about the ETFs. The ETF wars continue to heat up as Van Eck drops their fee to 0% for the next 1 year. Shit's about to get real. Let's get into it.
Hola! It's your boy Big Rob back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking this out, we're the entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel. We take old, boring, and stale information, and we catapult, slingshot that thing past the previous all-time high. And guess what? XRP is bumping! XRP's up, man. How you feeling, bro?
Feel good.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Rocco.
Oh, okay.
Rocco, how you feeling, bro?
Feel great now.
The moment Rocco's been waiting for.
Oh, there it is, man.
XRP is no longer a stable coin?
If you did not wake up today feeling good, then you need some soul searching because, man, oh, man, I woke up straight so jacked. You know, we ended the show. No surprise. We ended the show last week.
What was mine, Robin? What did I say? 72.
You said 72.5? Yeah, man, you're pretty spot on there. Yeah, I said 71.5, I think.
Call me Dave Stradamus.
That sounds terrible.
Whatever.
Nostradamus
Stop
sounds
trying to
better.
take my
I forgot to.
Call
to
yourself
change.
Big Dave next?
I forgot to. I'm definitely bigger than you in a lot of areas, if you know what I'm saying. You know, what better way to show you what exactly happened over the weekend than with a video? Man, I was watching the price. I was like, all right, I got to see what 70K does. 70.2 down, 70.3 down. And then just like 71, 71.5, 72, 72.7. Now we're around 72.5. So guys, I feel pretty confident saying we're potentially going to be trading above 70K for a decent amount of time. We took a look at what transpired over the weekend. Michael Saylor, true to his word, actually, he over or under promised and over delivered, as instead of $600 million in Bitcoin, he bought $800 million. So MicroStrategy has acquired an additional 12,000 Bitcoin for approximately $821.7 million using proceeds from convertible notes and excess cash for $68,477 per Bitcoin. As of March 10th, 2024, MicroStrategy holds 205,000 Bitcoin acquired for $6.9 billion at an average price of $33,700. The power of DCA, even when you buy the top, your cost basis is still at 2x.
Bro, 12,000 Bitcoin, you know that is 2 weeks worth of Bitcoin being mined, right? At $900 900 Bitcoin. 900 Bitcoin being mined per day. MicroStrategy has just removed 14 days worth of Bitcoin from existence.
Oh, we still have the ETFs too, by the way.
Yeah, man. Wow. You know, I've been over here saying it, dude. We saw Monday rip up with volume and positive price action. 2 weeks ago, opening up for Wall Street, saw the same thing last week. I was like, guys, wake up. It's going to happen again. I'm telling you, there's just the volume itself. Like, you can sit here and be like, well, I'm going to front run. I'm going to, the people are expecting this. The markets are cyclical. They're going to do what opposite of what you think. Okay, that's all fine and dandy. But when there's only 900 Bitcoin mined a day MicroStrategy is buying 12,000 in one afternoon on a Saturday night. And then you have BlackRock. They picked up, it was a 12,000 as well in
It
one.
was sometime last week.
One day last week, they picked up 12,000 as well. So, I mean, if you're just doing it off of just supply and demand, there's only so much Bitcoin that can go around. And so what ends up happening is over the weekend, at least in the short term, and then this next couple weeks, I would say, the next couple weeks, I'd be better pay very close attention to what happens on the weekend. Because BlackRock, the ETF providers, people are buying right? Now, they're not executing, but if you look at a stock market on a Saturday or Sunday, the price of a stock, it'll say, future price for Monday will open up at this. The same thing with Bitcoin. If all of a sudden people are buying Bitcoin on the weekend, you know that BlackRock's going to come in and buy a ton on Monday or Sunday. There's just not enough Bitcoin right now to not have a giant rally in price come Monday if the inflows on these ETFs are where they're at now.
I mean, Rob, we talked
It's
about
just simple supply and demand, bro.
I mean, you brought up Mondays, right? Look at this Bitcoin chart, okay? So let's look at the Monday candles. Here we go. Monday, February 26th, we saw a 6% candle, right? Then we had Monday, March 4th, we saw a 8% candle. Monday, March 11th, we're currently at a 4.7% candle. Can we get higher? Potentially, yes. You take a look at where Bitcoin is now. We take a look at the 3-day. We had a change of character on the 3-day chart, which is extremely bullish, right? We're seeing a little bit of resistance at this premium zone, but of course, this is a dynamic indicator here from Lux Algo. This is the price action concepts. We take a look here. I mean, over on the 3-day, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive green candles on the 3-day chart. Our fair value gap is currently, the upper bound is 61.2. Will that fill again? I don't know. Maybe. Guess what? If it does, I'm a buyer. I'm a big buyer at 61.2. Here's the thing. If your game plan is to never stop accumulating Bitcoin, no matter what the price is,
MicroStrategy.
like Michael Saylor, the dips in the bull market, these 10, 12, 15, 20% retracements are your buying opportunities, are your DCA opportunities, right? And if you use a product like Lux Algo, and they're a sponsor of this channel, but their product is amazing, you identify what regions are beneficial for you to stack more Bitcoin. If for some reason we get there, you take a look at things like fair value gaps. You take a look at things like order blocks. Are people buying at these levels? Are people selling at these levels? Map these levels out, put in some limit orders, and wait for those things to fill, man. And pay attention, whether it's once a day, once every 5 days, once a week, whatever it is, pay attention and adjust your targets. Because again, these are dynamic indicators. So, yeah, that's kind of my thing there.
I want to say one thing here. One little thought I had. If you have ever bought Bitcoin and you still hold it, any point in time, if you've ever purchased Bitcoin, you're now in the profit. Nobody is underwater right now. Nobody has lost any money on Bitcoin if you didn't sell. Think about that. At no point has Bitcoin been at the price it is now. Everybody's in profit. Every single person that's ever
there's
bought
some people
Bitcoin,
that bought at 72.7. They're not in profit. I'm kidding. Technically, it's true. But
Yeah. Exactly.
whatever.
Thank you.
Yeah. Big shout out to Early Bird, $10 super chat. Said, "Happy Monday, sinners. Go get cousin Larry some shoes." That video was so funny. If you're wondering what video I'm talking about, allow me to pull this up, and then we'll give a shout out to our sponsors. But look at this. Robin cooking breakfast in the morning. Robin used to be a chef, so it's very interesting to see. I thought this was going to be one of those food videos, but Oh, use fresh ingredients, it says, right? Funny, he knew what was coming.
He
Fresh.
saw the had a little tzatziki sauce there on the side.
Tzatziki, huh?
Yeah, he saw that fresh dill and he got scared, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
You know who's not
smart.
scared? You know who's not scared? It's people that sponsor this channel because they believe in us. And our show, the production we run and the quality would not be possible without our sponsors. So we want to give them a shout out. First, Cam's Blue Wire Technology. If you want to learn how they can help your business scale and grow and maximize your networking, IT, and one of the most important things as we head into the era of AI and technology is cybersecurity. And there's one company we believe that can help you, your business. That is Cam's Blue Wire Tech. Also, we're making a crap load of money. Keep a majority of it. How do you do that? You find a really, really good tax accountant, which is why we recommend using decrypted.tax. As part of the community, you do get a free consultation with Ernest and his team. They've been in this space for a very long time. They understand crypto, they understand DeFi, and they're going to help you minimize your tax bill as much as humanly possible. Use the link in the description of this video. Get yourself a free consultation. Ask as many questions as you want. And if you end up using one of their products and services, you'll save 25%. Now, let's take a look at the ETFs. So this is from BitMEX. Also, before I move on, Kay gave a $5 super chat, said, any thoughts on the bank term funding program supposedly ending today? Is this bullish? Great question. We're going to get into that a little bit later, but I believe, yes, if history is any indicator of what future price action will do, the answer to that is yes. So BitMEX research shows us net inflows on Friday was 223 million, with Grayscale still selling over $300 million worth of Bitcoin. Essentially, you have BlackRock bringing in 336, Fidelity brings in 130 million. Everyone else was pretty flat on Friday, and then going into the weekend, we saw Bitcoin get to new all-time highs. Also, from Eric Balkunas, senior ETF analyst at Bloomberg, first 2 months officially in the books, and the 10 Bitcoin ETFs now have over $55 billion in assets, with exactly double that in volume at 110 billion. If these were the numbers at the end of the year, I'd call them the success. To do it in 8 weeks is simply absurd. This is someone whose job is to literally track and research ETFs. Robin, this is historic. This is historic. Also, think about this. The headlines people read, not people like me and you that don't necessarily pay attention to mainstream media or don't watch cable news, but the people, right, that the generation we talk about having 70, 80 trillion dollars in assets that once they die will get passed on to the next generation, who we can argue will be more open to putting some of that money into our industry versus the people that have that money now. Those are the people that are going to be reading the headlines. Those are the people that watch shows like CNBC and CNN and Fox News and Fox Business, that see people like Michael Saylor go on there and talk about Bitcoin, that see reports like this from Bloomberg about the most successful ETF launch ever. Those are the people whose interests are going to be piqued. Robin, what are your thoughts?
Just euphoria, right? Here's the thing, right? This isn't slowing down anytime, right? Anytime soon. Also, we've eclipsed the previous all-time high. Now it's in the rearview mirror. Sure, could we pull back under 70? I think so. But over the course of, I would say, 2 weeks, we wouldn't trade under 70K. It just doesn't make much sense when it comes to the inflows, supply and demand, how much Bitcoin's being mined. I mean, anything's possible, but I just find it hard to think that we're going to reverse at this point. I do think that at some point, Bitcoin rallies, the price gets to an overbought scenario where there's going to be a lot of people that bought the ETF that's going to be sitting in very healthy gains, and they're going to take profits and they're going to sell. And the markets are going to take advantage of people when they're greedy and when FOMO comes in. With that said, it's a little ways out.
You said Bitcoin pump. I had to throw it up.
I think that I would say 90,000 might be. I know we brought that up before, and I cannot wait till we hit 90,000 this month, because there was somebody in the chat that was throwing hate at us.
Who?
Last week.
Who was it?
On Friday. I don't
Name them?
They said they were out of here. They were like,
oh, yeah, Moon Boys.
yeah, it was 90,000. I'm going to clip that whole thing. I'm going to clip me saying that, and then I'm going to have their name next to it. Going to keep playing.
Calling people out, man.
Mhm.
Robin woke up today and chose violence. You know, Jeremiah said, hey, guys, after this pump, meme coins are going to go crazy. What do you hold? And have you heard of Frinkcoin? Haven't heard of Frinkcoin. Thank you for the $5 super chat. So it's pretty public. Everyone on this show holds the Trump meme coin. I did a video. I presented to you guys a meme coin that I was in that I believed had potential, which was Byte. I have a few other ones, a couple on Solana. I think the Solana meme coin space is going to blow up. We did a video on that with Forrest on Friday. If you haven't watched that, highly recommend you go watch that. You look at the disparity between Ethereum meme coins and Solana meme coins. Then you take a look at the DEX volume that Solana is doing in comparison to ETH. It's right there. And the market cap of the Solana meme coin ecosystem as a whole is 1/4 of what just SHIB is. So we feel like there's a lot of room to gain there for the ecosystem of Solana. Oh, and by the way, Robin,
Yep.
halving.
Yes.
37 days, 11 hours, 20 minutes, 20 seconds. April 18th is a current date.
Wow. It is around the corner, dude. Are we going to have like a halving party?
Yeah. We're going to cut you in half. I know it's not funny, but it's funny. Anyways.
It's really not funny.
Shut your mouth.
I do want to give a little love to the chat. We do have 350 people watching. We got 144 likes. So if you haven't had a chance to smash that like button, do us a favor, support the channel, hit the like button. Well, very small ask. Now, if you're new here, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. We have Chandrak, Crypto Nate, the Dusky Hunt.
Wait, what? Bro, come on. What?
Okay, let's try this again.
The
The Dusty Hunt.
Let's keep it.
Techmaster, Somar, Angel, Mike, IMJ, Moonshine, Matt, to all of you. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. It's what I do here, man. I butcher names.
Yeah. Also, for our Muslim friends and viewers, if you're celebrating Ramadan, happy Ramadan, my friends. Now, talked about Michael Saylor buying Bitcoin. He went on CNBC Squawk Box, and, Rob brought up a good point. Typically, crypto gets like 2 to 5 minutes. It's a 15-minute segment on CNBC. And in this clip I'm going to show you, he talks about exactly how MicroStrategy leverages their stock and company to continue to forever buy Bitcoin. He's went on public and said MicroStrategy will forever be buying the top. This is exactly how they're going to do it, and it's very similar to where Rob mentioned, I believe, on Friday. Let's listen.
Next to the asset class.
In terms, though, of how investors should think about your company, and right now I think they think of your company as a proxy for Bitcoin. It was a way for investors, frankly, who didn't want to buy the underlying coins to get access to Bitcoin and exposure to Bitcoin. The question now, though, that these ETFs have been approved and folks are funneling money towards BlackRock and so many others, how should they think about your company versus doing that?
Yeah, so BlackRock is like the container ship or the super tanker of Bitcoin. They can take $1 billion a day into their capital structure, and they can hold that very efficiently, 25 basis points. MicroStrategy is like air freight. We got higher performance. So what's going on here? MicroStrategy's got leverage. If we borrowed $800 million at 62 basis points, is there any company in the world that you wouldn't like to invest in that could borrow $1 billion at less than 1% interest to invest in your best idea?
How powerful is that? 62 basis points, guys. That's 0.62% interest they're paying. They borrowed almost $1 billion.
Dude went full DJing, bro.
Hold on, it gets better.
He went full DJ.
Get that very intelligent leverage. It's non-recourse. It's unsecured. and then we buy Bitcoin with it. That leverage gives us volatility. It gives us performance. The performance gives us volatility. The volatility attracts capital, and we can then leverage more. It's kind of intelligent because it's convertible debt. It's given our shareholders more Bitcoin per share this week than they had a few weeks ago.
Look at that price.
So it's very accretive for them. And it's pretty compelling for every investor. If you're Bitcoin curious right now and you want to buy Bitcoin at the all-time high, how do you get the upside in Bitcoin with downside protection? MicroStrategy sold $800 million in debt, and we have $13 billion of Bitcoin on the balance sheet. So we're giving you an over-collateralized loan and the upside. But if you're a Bitcoin maximalist and you love Bitcoin and you want to hold it forever, the ETFs charge you 25 basis points. MicroStrategy is accreting. We're giving you a yield against your shares.
Bam.
And
there it is.
Also, I mean, you saw that the price there.
You know, that real quick, Rob, that was a question I had is now with the ETFs, why would someone buy MicroStrategy as a proxy? And there's my answer right there.
I've been telling you for the last
I don't listen to
3
you. I
weeks,
listen to
bro. Every time we're like, well, why would you buy? You literally said that, and I'm like, bro, it's a leveraged play on Bitcoin. They borrow and take out. They borrow and then sell assets, generate capital, sell stocks, whatever they need to do. They bring in money and they buy more Bitcoin. It's a leveraged play.
Let me extrapolate this for you, okay? Other companies are watching what MicroStrategy is doing. And I want to give a shout out to Flatsmack. You don't ever need to sell your Bitcoin. It was recent, Rocco. It was very recent. Said you can leverage it to borrow money. As borrowing money becomes more expensive, other companies are going to look at this formula and say, holy shit, we can leverage our Bitcoin and we can raise money. We can raise unsecured debt by using our Bitcoin. And oh, by the way, on the back end, it's going to continue to grow and accrue value, which will in turn grow and accrue value of our stock, which will make our investors happy. Why the hell would other companies not do this? Why would a company like Apple that's got over $180 billion in cash sitting on the sidelines not look at MicroStrategy, see their stock price 5x in what, 3 months?
This interview done this morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time, which was a good 6 to 7 hours ago. The price there, they were up 9%. And take a look now. I mean, it's up 13.5%.
Zoom out to 3 months, Robin.
This is up right now. This is up 4% from that interview this morning. So if you know anything about the stock market, 4% is monster return.
Click on 3 months, Robin.
And then taking a look. Let me expand this. All right, here we go. So, Jesus, that's the 3 month here. You can see that they've 3x'd since January, and I mean, it's even sexier on the 1 year. On the 1 year, they went from $200, 7x roughly a year ago. In 1 year, nice little 7x return. Every $1,000 would have netted you $7,000. $8,000, excuse me. Sorry.
He has literally cracked the code.
And the code is very simple. It's a very simple code.
Yeah.
Buy Bitcoin and don't sell it. That's a very simple code.
Very
I mean, dude literally bought Bitcoin at the top again. Congratulations. You've done it over and over again, but your average buy is still just shy of 35,000. And so having an average buy price under 35,000 for your company, you just keep buying the tops. You see that the DCA mentality is it wins over time, right? I mean, his average buy is less than a 2x off of Bitcoin's price right now, right? Average buy under 35,000, Bitcoin's price over 70,000. So it's made his company and his shareholders a lot of money, and it just goes to show you the power of Bitcoin when you believe in it long term. There you go.
You know, the Financial Times, people always talk about Bitcoin being a bubble, okay, right? Which technically everything's a bubble, right? Things get overinflated and then they revert back to the mean, right? Take a look at what the Financial Times said. It is extremely unusual for a bubble to burst and then recovered to reach new heights so quickly, and suggests that something real and sustainable is going on. From the Financial Times. Bless you. Then you have the likes of Bill Ackman, one of the most profitable investors from Pershing Capital. Tweeted this: a scenario, Bitcoin price rise leads to increased mining and greater energy use, driving up the cost of energy, causing inflation to rise and the dollar to decline, driving demand for Bitcoin and increased mining, driving demand for energy, and the cycle continues. Although I disagree with this, it goes on to say Bitcoin goes to infinity, energy prices skyrocket, and the economy collapses. Maybe I should buy Bitcoin. And then to which Michael Saylor said, you should buy some Bitcoin, but not for the reasons cited above. Most Bitcoin miners are driving the cost of electricity down for other consumers, not up. Not to mention, they're building infrastructure in places where they would need to raise a lot of capital to do so, and miners are doing with their own money. Let me know if you'd like to discuss this one-on-one. Again, we're talking about a multi-billionaire who owns a multi-billion-dollar hedge fund and investment company, Bill Ackman.
And then also you have, speaking of miners, might be a little legs to that. You do have Bitfarms purchased 51,000 new ASICs, and then they gave them a surprising bump up on the exahashes.
Terahash, huh?
Yeah, I mean they purchased, yeah, so a ton of miners. I had a different article that had some exahashes on the how much they brought in, but miners are starting to get back into the
Spending spree.
spending, right? And I mean, this is kind of the area where we've been in before, where we start getting that euphoria going on. Miners are at an arms race amongst one another, and yeah, I mean, no, just nothing really to expand on there. Just
Not only did we have Bill Ackman, we had Financial Times, Michael Saylor, we also had Donald Trump, the former president of the United States, and some believe the next president of the United States. He was also on CNBC, and he was also talking about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. This is pretty good. Listen to this.
I turn it over to Jay. I just wanted to ask you about something very specific for regulation, and that is Bitcoin. And I have in the past, I don't know if you recall, but I said you got to look at this closely, Mr. President. And you know, the current SEC commissioner, Gary Gensler, finally allowed for these spot ETFs, and now we see Bitcoin at almost 72,000. But it's almost as if it's in spite of some of the efforts over regulation of maybe the Biden administration. Do you have any thoughts now on crypto?
Well, it's taken its own life. You know, I do little things sometimes for fun and, you know, make money with it, but I have fun with it too.
You mean
NFTs,
you bought Bitcoin?
No, but I sometimes will let people pay through Bitcoin, or will let people get involved in a new. You know, if you think of it, it's an additional form of currency. And I used to say, you know, I want one currency. I want the dollar. I don't want people leaving the dollar. And I feel that way. But I will tell you, it has taken on a life. I did a thing that people smile at, but it was wild. We did 1,000 sneakers, so limited edition sneaker run. The last one, and you could go through, you know, our crazy new currencies, because that's what I call them. They're crazy, whether it's Bitcoin or others. And so many people were buying these things. And ultimately, the last pair of sneakers sold for approximately, I hear, $450,000. It was a limited edition, a run. They were gold. They were, you know, nice, cute. And we thought it was just a very small thing. It was a branding thing, and had a good time with it. The last pair sold for $450,000. People were going crazy for these sneakers. You probably were too. Everybody was. I have every friend I have has called me for a pair of sneakers. So it just took off. And I noticed that so many of them were paid for with this with the new currency. And it is that. It's a new cryptocurrency. And I couldn't believe the amount. and I'm saying, this thing has really, and other things I do, people are using it. And, I would be, I'm very much a traditionalist. I like staying with the dollar. You know that from when I was there. It's make the dollar the choice. I hate when countries go off the dollar. I would not allow countries to go off the dollar, because when we lose that standard, that will be like losing a revolutionary war.
Then he goes on to talk about the dollar. But are we just orange pilling one person at a time? Did we orange pill the orange man?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of orange on his face and his hair dye. So
Now he's got a lot of orange in his wallet too,
I mean, think about where we're at in the market. Now, some people could say this is some of the negatives of a bull market, where you have just people that have no experience getting all giddy and hyped up about NFTs. And the reality is this: Trump has made a lot of money off NFTs. Trump has brought in a lot of Polygon. Trump has made a lot of Ethereum. And
his number one holding?
Yeah, and then he's also, holding a lot of meme coin as well, inadvertently. And this is something that's commonly done. I know Vitalik has a lot of meme coins, not because he went out and bought those and speculated on them, but because he was gifted those or sent those. But my thing is that when campaign donations, once those start coming in from crypto companies in the same way that it did last year, because remember last election, there was a lot of Biden's second largest contributor was FTX, right? Sam Bankman-Fried. And now crypto regulation has not been very favorable coming from the Democrats, right? And so it seems like the pendulum is swinging towards the Republicans when it comes to positive crypto regulation. What do you think? You think there's legs to that?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Republicans tend to be a little bit more progressive on regulation, and also to just a hands-off approach. Let's let the industry thrive mentality coming from the Republicans. Now you have the incumbent president, Democrat, new president, presidential candidate, Republican Party, making money on Ethereum, making money on Polygon, making money off of NFTs,
$7 million on a Bitcoin.
discussing also the positive aspects of Bitcoin, de-dollarization. What that mean? Like it's this man is his pockets are about to be lined, right? If you know anything about crypto, is that people that have a big platform, it's no bigger platform than the president. You want to the big crypto companies are throwing money behind them. And so there's going to be a lot of money coming into the Trump corner this election year. There's going to be a lot of campaign funds coming in. He's going to generate a lot of money. And listening to him now, there's no way he gets elected. And he doesn't sit in his chair and at least talk about Bitcoin positively, right? Now, whether or not he encourages positive regulation, whether or not he tries to foster the adoption of Bitcoin in some way, and as far as the government itself, who knows? But we know one thing: he ain't gonna try to slow it down, right? He's not gonna talk crap about it. He's not gonna say that Bitcoin's a fraud and a pet rock. Especially if he gets a ton of campaign donations. Let's just say, what if one of his top 3 campaign donations are crypto? More than likely, that's probably going to happen, right? Or at least top 5, put it that way. He's not going to get elected and then just turn his back.
I mean, anything can happen, right?
Well,
to play devil's advocate,
anything could happen. But I mean, here's the thing: Trump got elected before the FTX explosion, and then he had the executive order discussing how he wanted to embrace crypto and not get left behind. You think he believed that? You think he was pro crypto when he made that executive order?
No.
Why did he do it? Because he got campaign funding and he was new in office, right? That's why he did that. Now, what do you think is going to happen when Trump gets in office? Off of the back of campaign donations from crypto, off of the back of NFT sales, off of the back of gifted meme coins, off of the back of a wallet address with an Ethereum address that is millions of dollars high. Bro, you don't think that this Oval Office is going to be pro crypto? Like, wake up! The dude's had 3 NFT launches in the last year, all top NFT sales, respectively, across the board. The only ones that beat out Trump's NFT volume is Bored Ape and Punks.
No, we have news from the Bitcoin CEO. So breaking news, despite unprecedentedly rising demand, Bitcoin CEO has confirmed to have the production in the coming weeks. Was this a good move, Robin, or a bad move? Don't answer that question. It's rhetorical. Okay. So memes are rallying. Rob, have you seen this? The dog with hat community is halfway to raising enough money to put the meme on the Las Vegas Sphere for an entire week. Bro.
They were talking in Bloomberg this morning about a dog with that. On Bloomberg, yeah. So,
This bull market is going to be ridiculous, dude.
it's gonna be crazy.
You guys are going to make so much money. You watching, you are going to make so much freaking money from altcoins, from meme coins. Your lives are about to change, and if that doesn't excite you, man, I don't know what will.
If you're excited, put an Ola in the chat. OLA. Let's get an Ola train going. And so what we like to do here is do what other YouTubers don't like, is spam in the chat. Well, we actually encourage it. So let's see if we can get a few hundred Olas in the chat. We have it both in emoji format and also in traditional keyboard format. We have over 600 live viewers and 200 likes. So thank you for participating. And then also, if you are new here, say hello so we can drop an Ola back at you. We got Big Rad, Fortune, Zippy, Skipping Stones, SAF, Monk, Mark Dutch, Brad, Rooster, PNE, and to all of you, Ola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
Robin,
Yo.
I shall send it to you for the markets.
All right. And so, what a day to look over the markets. Man, oh man. We got Bitcoin coming in at a beautiful, healthy, all-time high, $72,452. You can see here that we had this run-up from 68 back at around midnight our time, so 3 a.m. Eastern. And I think what we had here was just the public front-running the Wall Street opening, or perhaps we had some last-minute buys by some of the ETFs. I mean, could be a little bit of both more realistically. Taking a look at the broader crypto markets, you have Ethereum over $4,000. And now Ethereum also took off right around the same time. It is moving in tandem with Bitcoin. It is not broken out against Bitcoin just yet. We did have a move recently. If you take a look, if we compare this against Bitcoin, you can see that it briefly broke above. Oh, let me go back to the month chart. You can see here that it is briefly broken above Bitcoin's price. So whenever this blue line, which represents Ethereum, goes over Bitcoin's line, it is better hold. And so we're seeing better returns from Ethereum.
ETH is going to explode
in the last year, but this is going to dramatically widen, right?
ETH is going to explode.
Yeah, and when you go back to the 1 year, Bitcoin's still been a better hold across a 12-month time horizon in on the day-to-day basis. But I'll just leave it. I'll leave it there. So Ethereum, it's set to break out, man. Especially Dane Kuhn upgrade coming up later this week. So
Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday, you're going to have massive scalability and throughput capabilities tagged onto the layer 2s. So something to keep an eye out. You know, we talk about Ethereum, but it's now 90% cheaper for Polygon to operate for any of the layer 2s and scaling. It's good for the whole ecosystem, man. Now, we've had some giant movement from XRP.
Okay, XRP. Okay.
I had to bring it up, baby. So not long ago, XRP was at flat 60 cents.
It was
When I
that-
say
it was a
long
stable
ago,
coin.
I'm talking about, well, 3 hours ago. So at 62 cents 3 hours ago.
I didn't find any big news. So.
No, it's just, you know what? It's the market. We've talked about it before. As you consolidate and trade in a certain range, you're destined to break out either to the upside or downside over a long enough time horizon. And we know that you look here on the 1 week. I mean, this thing is about as flat as it goes. Not much. So you knew a breakout was coming. It's either to the upside or downside, and we're in a bull market. So if you consolidate for too long, you're in the beginning stages of a bull market. You can confidently say that, hey, this is more than likely going to break to the upside. This is on the 1 month chart. And then, I mean, look at that rally, dude. I mean, this is the 1 month chart, dude. And so an absolute breakout on the year. I think it's still got a ton of space to run. Could we eclipse $1? I think it's going to be tremendous resistance on the short term. But I do think if Bitcoin keeps climbing 73, 75,000, wouldn't be surprised to see XRP around 90 cents by the end of the week. Now,
I disagree with you.
I know you do, but I don't care. Now, also, you have Cardano moving up 7%.
Is that SHIB
as
in
well.
top 10? Oh.
Yeah, SHIB crossed top 10 last week on Friday. Then they had flipped Avalanche. But Avalanche is closing the mark as well, up 13% on the day and week. So taking a look at some of the biggest gainers on the day. Litecoin as well. The project that a lot of people don't care about anymore. I feel like the new generation is like, what is Litecoin? You know, it's like the VHS tape of crypto, right? Like it's a story that we'll tell our children one day. We'll say, hey, there was this token called Litecoin who was deemed the silver of Bitcoin, and well, there were some bullish shit.
Ended up being copper.
And then they're like, Dad, what are you talking about? Go eat your oatmeal. I'm like, all right. Sorry. Mina Protocol up 16%.
Near protocol.
Near Protocol.
Damn it. You know,
Damn. You want to see a chart? Look at this. 1 month. Boom. Up 2x on the 1 month. And then look at the year on this thing.
Robin,
traded under $2.
Who on this channel?
This is October.
Who on this channel has been nonstop talking about Near Protocol? It's not you. It's the guy in blue. It's the boys in blue. Rocco, are you wearing blue?
Yeah,
The boys in blue. It's me and Rocco. Near Protocol,
as blue that you can go.
when Near Protocol was at $1, so during the bear market, I had DCA, the DCA valves were on, right? Big chunks buy, doing that too. Near got to $1, turned that valve on, like just like a flood of water, right? It flooded my whole house. It flooded my bank account with $0 because all the money was leaving it.
They were going.
And it was going to Near. Near has done an almost 7x, right? And I actually did a video on Near this morning that you will watch after the show today. And I'm telling you, man, Near Protocol, even at $7, you're still going to get a 10x out of it, minimum. Near, I cannot be more bullish on Near. Near could potentially be the most well-rounded layer one in the space. I said it.
I found you deploying bathwater here as well.
That's a cute little baby.
That was you and your big
Made some money over the weekend. Cashed in a 30x long trade on All BTC here. Got it at 68.2, got it at 69.8. I currently have another long position open on BTC and on Ethereum. Man, I'm looking for ETH to get to about 4,300 bucks. Should make a lot of money on that one. Bitcoin, I'm looking at 74 to 75K. We'll definitely make a lot of money on that one. And so, guys, tons of money to be made, whether you're trading, whether you're hodling, whether you're speculating on meme coins. Of course, everything has risks. But yeah. All right, let's move on to some of the biggest news here. So someone early in the chat mentioned the Fed, the funding window, whatever it's called, right? So it made its list of the top 5 highlights to watch out for. And the first one is their BTFD, their bank term funding program, is coming to an end. So they're set to cease issuing new loans starting March 11th. So today, marking the end of a pivotal chapter in the financial sector's response to last year's banking collapse. This is a quote from Furkan Ildrim. The cessation of the program could lead to tightened liquidity for banks, affecting their operations and profitability. However, the Fed's response, potentially easing monetary policy, might cushion the blow and stabilize asset prices, benefiting Bitcoin in the broader market. Banks collapsed last year, Bitcoin rallied. If banks collapse this year, Bitcoin will probably rally again. On top of that, if the Fed or Treasury Department steps in and starts to print more, well, of course, we know what happens when the government starts printing money. Also, another narrative, a big thing to watch out for is, as Rob mentioned, the Ethereum Denkun upgrade going live in 2 days on the mainnet. Robin, Fed window closing. Banks might, I don't know if they're going to go under, but might have a hard time. Either way, this should play a positive impact on Bitcoin, right, Robin? Whether it's banks going under, Bitcoin pumps, or banks going under, Fed prints money, Bitcoin pumps, right?
It should. I'll say this, that I don't think that every monetary policy on the planet is bullish for Bitcoin. And so the price of Bitcoin is priced in dollars. And so what happens to dollars as far as their value in correlation to Bitcoin, there is a lot there, right? But I would pump the brakes on the idea that recession good for Bitcoin. Because I mean, you can look at Bitcoin historically. It rallied when there was certain economic events, where there was printing, where there was euphoria, there was a lot of spending in the markets. That's traditionally done well for Bitcoin. Recently, we've seen Bitcoin buck the trend, where all of a sudden the stock market dips, and so does Bitcoin. But I don't know. I think it's still too early to say Bitcoin will rally in recessionary periods, and also that Bitcoin will rally and be the safe haven when banks go under. I think that I don't exactly know where I lie, but I don't think it's a positive, right? I know you do. I know you say, hey, this bank went under, Bitcoin's price went up. This bank went under, Bitcoin's price went up.
So you're saying it's a coincidence?
No. I think
Okay,
there's
so
I think that there is a 1-to-1 correlation with it, and I think it did rally. I just don't think that every single time a bank is going to collapse in the future is going to be positive for Bitcoin. I do think that narratives change. In the same way where, you remember when we had the rate hikes initially from the Fed? Every time there was a rate hike, the price of Bitcoin tanked, right? Or it dropped down in the beginning. And then as the rate cuts kept coming in, it didn't really change it anymore, right? That narrative kind of went out of the window. And so you could have been at 2% and been like, well, we saw what happened when he raised it 0.5% into 1%, the price of Bitcoin tanked. So it means that the next rate hike is going to tank. And it didn't, right? At some point, it'll buck the trend. And so will a bank collapse rally the price of Bitcoin? I don't know. I don't think so. I think what is going to affect the price of Bitcoin is strictly supply and demand at this point.
And money printing too, right?
Yeah, money. Well, yeah, money printing. But
Come on, money printing.
But the thing is, with money print, with money print, yes, with money printing, where you find yourself in an environment where more people have disposable income or more people have money to spend, and so they're more likely to go out and spend it on Bitcoin. Right? We're not in an environment where we save and button down the hatches, and people are looking to invest and spend. Right? That's usually what happens in an environment where we're printing a lot of money, which goes right back to the supply and demand. If you don't have enough Bitcoin, the price is going to go up. It's very simple. And so for me, I'm just like, bro, it's all about, and then the halving coming around the corner. I think the narrative of, hey, I need to use Bitcoin to protect myself against the financial institutions and war, and if all hell breaks loose, I have Bitcoin. I can tattoo the seed phrase on my butt cheek and cross the border, and like these narratives. Sure, there's something to it.
But who do you trust to do that tattoo?
At the end of the day, you get 20 different artists, and you have them all tattoo one
seed phrase,
one phrase, and then you just black out everything else with a Sharpie.
Yeah.
And then they can't see it.
Oh.
And then, that's how you do. But
cool. Good idea.
What I'm saying is that the multiple use cases for Bitcoin, as far as when the world goes rogue, everything collapses. Sure, Bitcoin can be a medium of exchange. Hey, if the banks completely fail, we have Bitcoin as a bank account instead of because I no longer have a bank account. Yeah, those are fine. But right now we're in a bull market. What is going to make the price go up? It's a handful of players running ETFs that are behemoths that are buying Bitcoin. It's giant companies holding Bitcoin. It's nation states buying Bitcoin. And it's the price of Bitcoin going up because there's just not enough to go around. That's what's happening right now. Other narratives, that is for a bear market conversation. That is for hey, we got nothing else to talk about. Hey, there's a Cambodia decided to plug in some miners and operate their city hall.
What's wrong with Cambodia?
I'm not saying, but I'm just saying that if Cambodia,
I heard Cambodia's breast milk.
Cambodia, if their city hall is being powered by heat generated from Bitcoin miners, it's a headline story in the depths of a bear market. Right now, not so much.
Okay. We do have some altcoins to talk about. Are these worthy to talk about, Robin? I don't know. SHIB lands a spot on a very prestigious Forbes. What do you think the spot is, Robin?
I don't.
I'll tell you. More recently, the global media company Forbes dived into the crypto markets, outlining the 10 cryptos people should put on their watch list this month. Of course, Bitcoin and ETH were number 1 and number 2, but others included XRP, Solana, Cardano, and SHIB. They said they described the second largest meme coin as, quote, an experiment to discover if a coin could work with no central governing authority. Well, Bitcoin, duh. Also, we have big news from Cardano. This was pretty big. Cardano's real-world adoption, the United Arab Emirates embraces Cardano. The UAE, one of the richest countries in the world, has embraced Cardano to secure its criminal investigations. This is a quote from Chris O. One of the wealthiest nations is deploying Cardano. The Dubai police presented at the World Police Summit in Dubai a Cardano-based pilot project. It demonstrated how sensitive data from criminal investigations can be shared securely with authorities such as Interpol. An example, scans of bullets and concrete done by a highly sophisticated scanner are shared among international stakeholders on the Cardano blockchain. The blockchain ensures that the data is not tampered with and can be tracked among various stakeholders. This is an ideal use case for blockchain and Cardano. Ensuring data can be securely shared and managed in a decentralized network is becoming more and more relevant in industries from energy, defense, to IoT. You know, we talk about Cardano, no one's using it. Well, here's an example. What are your thoughts here?
Now, there's a long line of headlines and announcements and partnerships when it comes to governments, nation states, and also federally or government-backed programs like education, also infrastructure when it comes to entertainment and also telecommunications. And so I feel like even though the underlying token for Cardano is pretty decentralized, right? That's one of the things that Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, is routinely discussing is the fact that it is decentralized. The community decides how the token operates and the direction of the chain itself. But there is IOHK and the foundation of Cardano out here making partnerships and applying Cardano's blockchain to real world countries, applications, the list goes on, man. And you have the education with Africa, right? You have cell phones also in Africa. You have the UAE here. And I mean, how big of an article is this? How big is this for Cardano? Maybe it's not as sexy as some of their previous headlines, but I don't know, man. I think it's pretty bullish. What do you take away from it? I know you're kind of like going through the reading it for the most part, but what's your big opinion on Cardano and the direction it's going? Are you still super bullish on it?
I am super bullish on Cardano. And, Cardano has always gotten a lot of heat for, well, no one's using it. Everything that's being built on it is being built by the foundation, is being built by IOG. Well, I think more of this needs to happen and more of this needs to be reported on. We know Cardano is like the black sheep of crypto, right? We had Charles on Twitter posting about, hey, anytime something positive about Cardano goes up on these subreddit cryptocurrency groups, it gets downvoted, it gets taken off. And so a lot of people like to hate on Cardano. And to some point, they're like, hey, look, no one's using it. It's just retail. The price went to $3 with no smart contracts. It's all speculation. And, some of that was warranted, right? But when you dig deep into what Cardano was doing, it is one of the most decentralized blockchains out there. We saw it get tested. It had a degradation of node performance by up to 50%, but the chain kept going, right? No one had to unplug and plug it back in. It just naturally, through the way it's been built, got back up to 100% performance on its own. And that's what you want from a truly decentralized blockchain. And we talk about what UAE is doing. I mean, globally, if we can continue to do that with Hydra and Mithril and all the upgrades to the smart contracts and the Plutus upgrades, if they can continue to onboard governments, enterprises, and plus you have retail side of things, Cardano is super undervalued. I mean, look at what, 70 cents, 77 cents, market cap of $27.5 billion.
Yeah, I like what you mentioned there when you were discussing people's narrative where it's not being used, it's slow, whatever it is. That narrative, it reminds me a lot of Apple as far as their computers in the early days, right? The technology for Apple and their computers, it was the benchmark when it came for video editing and like Photoshop as well. And there was very niche industries that used Macs. Essentially, everybody had Windows, everyone had laptops, and then everyone dismissed Apple as, hey, it's there. They have a weird community that uses it. But it's never going to be massively adopted amongst everyone. It's not interoperable with the rest of the internet, right? And the rest of technology and apps and what we use the internet for. Where are we at now? How many people do you know have a laptop, MacBook? How many people you know now? And don't think that your cell phone isn't a computer, right? Cell phone is a computer. Where do you surf the internet? Where do you make your purchases? Where do you book airlines? Where do you talk to people? And, you talk to people on the internet, right? Talk to family members on the internet. And, Apple is Apple's the king of that now, or at least here in the States. They weren't at one point. And I don't know. I feel like Cardano has a very similar narrative, right? Oh, the interoperability, they're slow. I don't know. I don't know. I feel a lot of that same narrative here with this one.
Just taking a look at where the markets are. Bitcoin 72,712.
We're about to cross. It's funny because you're looking at that. I'm like, this is my screen. I'm just like, yay! just watching. Oh man, what a good time to be in crypto. Look at that. Oh, look at that number go up.
A lot of people during bear markets, whether it's friends, family, other content creators, kind of unplugged, right? Deleted all their apps, stopped posting videos,
Stop
learning.
Shame on you.
Those people are probably like, oh, damn it, man, I missed out. But you, and a lot of you have been with us for a long time. You've been watching our channel when we're at 4,000 subscribers, 5, 10, 20, whatever. Price of Bitcoin, 16K, 17K, 20K. And look now, look at your portfolios now, right? You're in the green. Be smart, have a plan, understand what your goals are, continue to learn. Don't get too greedy. Don't start slinging money around. It's easy to see this person made 100x, but this person made 10x. Just don't get greedy, right? You're not going to catch every pump. You're not going to catch every meme coin. You're not going to make 100x on every coin, and that's okay.
MicroStrategy just bought 12,000 Bitcoin this weekend at $70,000. And don't think that right now Bitcoin is too expensive or crypto is expensive or that you missed it. This is an industry that is still young and growing. We're at the beginning stages of a bull market. Even if you get pullbacks here in the short term, the price trajectory for this thing is up and to the right for eternity against fiat currency. There it is, bro.
Now, we got 500 likes. That's a lot. I think Robin, new all-time high. 800 viewers. 500 likes.
Oh, that's good, man. 800 viewers.
I think it's warranted, yeah?
We're going to open the club?
Rocco, open up the club.
How you gonna dance, man? You dancing? There we go.
Oh, David's amazing dance move.
There we go.
Yeah.
You can't see me 60K anymore.
In case you're wondering what's going on, we like to celebrate new milestones. Here, not only is Bitcoin growing, but so is our channel. So over 800 viewers, over 500 likes. And so we like to celebrate in true Vegas fashion. Watch David do horrendous dad dance moves. And then also...
Oh, new cut. Oh, damn. That's cool, man.
That was the block roll there?
Block roll, baby.
And over here building stuff in the background. Okay.
Zoom. Whoop. It's right there. Keep zooming.
Wow.
Rocco, are you excited?
I'm excited.
How excited?
1 to 10, 10.
You're 10.
That's it?
Yeah.
Didn't break the scale?
Well,
At a 28?
I waited for $100,000 Bitcoin.
Oh, here, let's, this week, I did want to take a look at, before we end the show.
What is it?
One thing I just wanted to take a look at.
Waste.
The old banter bubbles,
Ooh. These are pretty cool, man.
Yeah, we met him a couple times. So, he was talking about some of the creators showcasing his product. You know what? Why not? It's actually it's not bad. Very, very comparable to the regular bubbles, but there's a little bit more to it.
This is cool. Click on one.
Yeah, when you click on them, you get a little bit more detail. You get the markets here. So yeah,
you know what, Rocco? Can you put I did this to you last time. I don't know, but I just want to show like the traditional crypto bubbles that we've used on the show.
Yes, we can.
And we take a look here. You click on near, you get the chart, right? You get the 1 day, the 1 hour, the 1 week, and then you take a look on the left, right, with the banter bubbles. You click on them, Rob.
I clicked on Litecoin. This is
you click on Litecoin. Okay,
my favorite project there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now the cool thing, Rob, if you zoom in, right, you have tabs to the right that show. If you click on community, it kind of gives you an like what is the sentiment? What are people saying? What are people tweeting? Also, Robin, you have the About tab where if you just quickly want to learn, hey, what is exactly Litecoin? And it has a calculator on there as well. So pretty cool. It's a nice visual representation.
This isn't a sponsor. This isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just, it's a good product. Good product made by another creator. And so, yeah, big shout out to Banter. We like using it. So there you go.
So I think the website is what, banterbubbles.com?
Yes.
Pretty good. We'll probably be using that more on the show as well. So big shout out to those guys. They have, when we talk about production quality, they're at the top along with us. And we
Banter, I'm just saying, we catching up to you, bro. Catching up.
just,
we almost there, bro. Don't be sleeping on us.
It's the 10X and we're there.
10X.
Hey, man. Bull market moves fast.
We got a lot of live viewers, man. We're not far behind them.
We're excited, man. We hope you're excited. We're also excited for our channel sponsor, Cam's Blue Wire Technology. If you want to learn how they can help your business scale and grow, visit bluewiretech.com. Also, guys, go follow us on Twitter at Sin City Crypto 1. That is where we are most active. Also, make sure you check out our Near video coming out later today. Telling you, man, $7 is still cheap for Near Protocol. That's all I got, man. Anything else? You guys, Robin, Rocco?
No, good.
I'm good, man.
Go to an eye doctor today. Need new contacts and maybe my prescription change.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I actually I made a dentist appointment 3 weeks from now.
Wow. Rocco, what's on your schedule?
On a Tuesday. It's very exciting news. Yes.
I bought those wax eggs things that you just have to.
All right, do your stupid finger turning. Let's go.
Come on now.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Bitcoin's at all-time highs. We're about to get to more all-time highs, and tomorrow come back for an all-time good show. I don't know where I'm going with this. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.
You know what I got here? You know what I got here? I got a little. Bye-bye. Say you will take it away from me.
It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Name the coin, it's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy a dip, sale winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming, hola. Till my
Probably
bags
Dave.
are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado close ya.